And no, this is not the same as a membership. There's a lot of free material. And again, I strongly encourage everyone to exhaust the free material first and then subscribe. There's probably enough material to keep you busy for a month before you subscribe, including the free trial. So, and where you want to hook up with that is go to register now. That's our basic membership. And once you log in, become a basic member, all you need is email and name, no credit card, no nothing. It's free. And this is where I'm directing everyone, in the wake of Doge and a few of the others, of how to repeat Doge, how to find more opportunities. Well, to get started in all of it, become a basic member, go to the basic member page, and then you've got some homework to do. Hit the books, download each one of the books, even if you don't read them or you're not a reader, get them downloaded so you have them as a reference, because everything I've done and present are available in these books. And then go get the 2-week trial after, well, go through the videos. Especially if you're new to harmonic patterns, go through all the videos here. They'll lay out all the basics, the foundation that you need to know, and then the subscription of the software and the stuff that I talk about of actionable opportunities of taking harmonic patterns to real actionable opportunities, of converting levels into opportunities is what I do. And I think so. Let's segue quickly over to the Doge update, which I've been really clear about. Even last week, I said that we want to see this big ABCD. We're just pausing at this big ABCD, and I would handle this the same way with any instrument, especially one that's up 6,000%. So definitely. Hey, what's up, Riley? Nice, Rory. I appreciate that. The books, listen, to get in terms of the books, there was a great question. Which book do you start with? I think it depends on your trading level, but I would say if you need a real primer, go with Harmonic Trading Volume 1. But if you are more advanced, go to Volume 3. And then the finer, super advanced stuff, I would say, is in Volume 2. Indicator confirmation, things like that. But Volume 3, if you have a fair good understanding of the patterns, Volume 3 is probably a great resource to have always. Now, let's go back to that Doge post. Okay, because that's really, for me, what's dictating everything. We've been playing it up into this pattern. We got up to the pattern, and now take a look. So right down to Doge. I've been saying this basically since 65 cents, and I really think it's important that we just follow the patterns, follow the outline of what's been working for us. Also, when I put out patterns and I put out measurements, it's really a plan. It's my trading plan. And if I get to those levels and I see things that are confirming what the structure tells me, then it's time to take action. Think of it that way. And this has essentially been the all-time ABCD I've been citing, roughly about, about 65, 64 cents. That's how we treat it. And I'm looking for a pause here, maybe even just a general 382 pullback to about 39 cents, folks. And I don't want to, spook anybody, but that's just kind of within the harmonic pattern framework of how I would look at this. These are hike and ash sheet. Let's go to normal candles. And it's all the same. And the fact that just treat this last move as a 1618 extension, and just following the basic harmonic measurement rules, that you get to a 1618 and you cannot follow through, you get confirmation, chances are you're in the midst of just a reaction. And that's all that it is. And again, I want to kind of highlight that. That's what I'm thinking, much in the same way that on that last correction, just like that. Back down. Remember we were there at 40 and it went to 14? So I think that's what happened. Look at the Twitter posts, please. By all means, I think that's the place to look at the track record, look at the step-by-step calls that I put out over the last couple of months. Could not be clearer. And I think, again, for now, everyone's citing tomorrow, Saturday Night Live, Elon Musk is going to be on. Well, I think this is in. I mean, the build up, the premium, if you will, for that event is already in. So, and I also mentioned that I thought that I still think we can go higher in terms of the overall market cap if we get super crazy in this crypto cycle, which I think we will. Yeah, we could see a buck 50, a buck 65, where this then goes to 150, $200 billion market cap. But on this run for right now, and the other way to look at it, the thing that I'm thinking about is the fact that we hit this big 1618. We not only, that's what our plan was, but we couldn't follow through and we get a bearish HSI. All this on the daily chart tells me I have to respect this and then bring in my basic 30 bar rule that says, okay, this is probably sideways to down for 30 days. That's how I would look at it. Even if it pops up, we might have a retest against that HSI, but I just could not sit through that. So that's the essential part of my logic for Doge to answer a lot of questions. Hey Alec, the advantage to Heiken Ashi, I had them on for a second. They just show trends and reversals, in my opinion, a lot clearer. The Heiken Ashi calculates it differently. The close and the open are expressed differently. Where the first bar, it's a little confusing, but the first side here of the candle is actually the prior bar's close. So you'll tend to see reversals. You'll tend to see continuations. I mean, Doge looks beautiful, but take a look. We have not been able to continue bar over bar daily, and we're in a pause at an area that we've measured out, fairly well. Take that for what it is. Here's something that works really well on Heiken Ashi is Ethereum, and this is it is already extended almost at the 3,700 level that I talked about and a while back. But when we get the all-time perspective relative to its prior all-time high, as we've seen on many of these, not only is it coming off that beautiful, beautiful automated bullish bat, which helps with the measurement. The fact that we have a massive all-time bat pattern at the low helps with the measurements and the projections we're about to do. It gives me a heck of a lot more confidence that, hey, we're above the 1618, 1902 level clearly, and it's accelerating that we're in a full 314 extension that has not changed, if not full 3618, basically tag 5,000 on Ethereum. Tag it. It's my number one position, folks. And I took a lot of the Doge and added to it. Of course, Bitcoin is, ever since last week, and we mentioned this maybe 2 weeks ago, the 4-hour HSI signal down here at 49,000, it's been slow and steady, but up. And then we've had, two corresponding bullish signals, each higher. So, I mean, Bitcoin's unimpressive, clearly, but it's building. A few of the related coins, Bitcoin Cash, everyone knows what that thing did. I just actually put a post on Bitcoin Cash that this thing is setting up now for a real nice opportunity. Go to your hourly. Let's go to the candles. Sorry, 30-minute time frame. We'd have a bearish ABCD right here. And the post that I put just featured thinking of it like this. There's reaction. 1340 is the number, folks, and that's where I've been hitting it. 1340, 1350 just an hour ago. Looking for a return to the hop at 1614. That's something I can really sink my teeth into. Yeah, I'll look at the others. I'll look at KNC. I'll look at XTZ in a sec. But Bitcoin Cash, this is what we call a type 2 return. Why? We have a clear pattern. Here's our reaction this time, and actually quite frequently down to target 2. At 1340, we hit that, consolidate, confirm the low, and now, and with an HSI, I mean, all of it's right there to set up for the return back to the PRZ 1600, 1650. And then here's something also I want to share on Harmonic Pattern Collection. Look, I've been using 5-minute patterns like this to trigger. So just because I put up one chart doesn't mean there are not other things there. And this kind of 5-minute setup right at those numbers, 1350 is the hop on this butterfly, can be a real trigger continuation within the uptrend. And we know Bitcoin Cash has been exploding. It just took a while. And I mentioned this, geez, I don't know how long ago, of the fact that this thing, we're looking for this thing to break out and eventually retest its all-time 886. And I know a lot of people might think this is a moonshot call. Well, yeah, that's what it is. 886 to 4,000 on BCH. We are just getting out of this hole, if you will, playing major catch up. So that's one of a few. I know someone asked Cardano. I know I have talked about that, and it finally did its move. I've got a chunk of that, and we want to stay with this. Look, it took a couple bounces up here off of 150, and then finally broke out. And if we get a better feed that shows the longer term data, there you go. Okay, there's Binance. That's a better feed. Shows you all the historic data. Just run your 1618314, folks. That's really the 2 degrees of extension we're realizing. We're just realizing these harmonic moves that are either hit the 1618 2.0 zone, 1902, you guys know is I love that number, all the way up at around what, 270, 280 on Cardano, I think is on this move. And then if we want to go crazy on Cardano, we just throw a 314, 3618, and they all of these have been repeating. They're kind of like funding cycles, if you will. Allocation cycles is a better word. When they allocate and they get running, they do it within these, absolutely within these fractal type moves, where we can project this 440. Call it a 440 is a 314 blow off on Cardano. I've projected that before, but again, it's just you got to project those numbers, use them as a scale. I'll first look at our 2.0 level and see how strong it is. But the interesting thing is the way that I would look at this level is the 886. And look what this did to come up to the 886, all-time 886. Super strong, pause, and continuation. This could be Bitcoin Cash, but frankly. Yeah, I'll look at. Well, all right, let's go to a couple more. You guys want Litecoin? And I'm going to be frank. I know a lot of people made money on the Dogecoin and then came right back around and asked me for the next recommendation. I'm going to say this: if you haven't bought Harmonic Pattern Collection for TradingView, I'm probably not going to answer your request, because I'm a huge believer in the fact that I could give everyone recommendations all day long, but if you don't learn how to do this yourself, fish for yourself, you're going to have, how far will it go? And everything that I've done is built into the software. So, I'll show you where to get that. You can go to harmonicpatterncollection.com, but I'm just throwing that out for everyone who's kind of started this journey into crypto, maybe found your way to harmonic patterns because they've been working so well that the big chunk of this success depends on your ability to do your own work and come up with your own decisions, but use the program. So let's look at Litecoin. I want to take a big perspective on Litecoin because there's so many parallels to Bitcoin Cash. It just hasn't gone as far. Go to the back to the all-time prior high on Bitcoin Cash. Look, we would project this out the same way and shoot for an 886, and you're there on Litecoin. 886 is 375. Now we'll see how strong it is, acting incredibly strong into that number where a breakout takes you to a 1618. That's around 680, 675, and that's your first step. Thanks, Alan. No, I appreciate it. Again, you guys are great for being in here. I do watch those big mainstream crypto moonboy shows. They're kind of funny. They all regurgitate the same price action, and they're looking at dots on a chart when clearly simple measures like a 1618 are amazingly effective. And go to break it down to a 5-minute chart. Here's Litecoin. We're waiting for an opportunity. Look, here's the software, 5-minute, an ABCD continuation pattern just developed. Right at that 350 level, hop at 347. That's probably an important level for the next 24, 48 hours. Maybe we come back for a type 2, which would confirm it. But, this stuff is just it did the huge thrust up. We pull back, and now we're getting ready for the next leg. So a lot like Bitcoin Cash. You sent me an email about Monster Dash Harmonic indicator. Yeah, you guys, this is the other thing. Harmonic wise, Harmonic software, everyone has come out with harmonic variations, but they all kind of cut the corners. Do not cite me. Do not cite my work. That's fine. They're losers, quite frankly. All of them. All of them are not. They're not trading. Okay, so if you're looking for answers on harmonic patterns from guys that throw out free scripts or $29 software, good luck with that. And this software is only it's $800, and I probably should double the price. It's just, I don't think I could be clearer, and I don't really care because my experience is with the people that are here, the people that are watching the recordings and willing to do the work on their own. Those are the ones that are always successful. Always successful. I mean, it's like, if we screw up or whatever, you're willing to learn. And that's what I say. A lot of new people in recent months come over. And I strongly encourage. That's why I make everything for free. But again, you still need the tools. You got to do the work. Get the understanding of the strategies first. Don't jump right in. That's like with Doge. I was saying it's been great. Okay, but don't jump in. Don't jump in because everyone's jumping in. Measure it, and there'll be another opportunity on Doge. It's just probably going to be lower. That's all right. And look, if you wasted money on other courses and other people and then finally got to all my free stuff, that's great. Okay. So it cost you lost a couple $100 and then you exhaust all my free stuff. And then, a lot of people, this is the last software they buy because no other software is spitting out levels like my software is spitting out. I'll give you another one. Here's a new one that I just entered in the last, 24 hours. Beautiful DNT. Okay, this is the District Ox, DNT USDC. Look at this bat pattern, or Gartley pattern. Beautiful, amazing Gartley. We have just completed the type 2. And this is something with the software, a real easy read that I highlight as well. Great reaction trade if you want to trade it. But we just came back. What was that? That was early this morning. I don't even know. I was up way early. Bought back here just under 31 area. This should take us off. We should get going from here. Target 2 is at 34.40. But if we bring this in the context of the daily or the weekly, okay, we're just building until that next pop off. So definitely take a look at DNT. A couple more. A lot of times, someone's saying there's a lot of times you get patterns without HSI on low time frames. Yeah, definitely. Look, the smaller time frames, I'd rather go with larger time frames, 30 minute, 60 minute, 4 hour for directional entries, and then look for those 5 minute patterns to signal the trade, signal the entry. Here's a 5 minute DNT. Okay, looks like it just came off of that retest of that prior pattern. Now you've got a couple of bearish patterns. I would look at it like this. You probably get another shot on DNT. It's taking its time, but come off this 5 minute pattern like that and then go. But get it on your radar. That's how I look at it. That's how I line stuff up. There was a request for XTZ. What's that, Tezos? XTZ on the 5 minute. Okay, look, exactly what I'm talking about. Really nice butterfly down at 714. But look, here's your reaction move. And then probably come back later today and look under that, around that $7 psychological level, 705. But look at your 4 hour. And yeah, see, that's already moved an insane amount. That's not really something, maybe on the 5 minute, that might be a mass continuation trade if you weren't up so high. And this is something where you're against a 4 hour bearish HSI. Let's look at the 1 minute. Yeah, I would want to see this thing come back a little bit more. If you're in like a real aggressive accumulation phase here, look for this to come down a little bit more and trigger another HSI signal, maybe down around 650, just under $7. Like that's a smaller pattern. But I would want to see something on an hourly register, and then you have a 5 minute pattern in the same area. That's where you really get the launching setup. Is dollar yen still possible? Yeah. I'm not going to look at currencies today, but that dollar yen up at 110 and change, I think so. Yeah, send me an email, Rory, but maybe next week I'll jump on the MT4, MT5 platform. The MT5 is really sophisticated, and with this evolved markets that I've been testing, really good. It's amazing because a lot of younger folks you guys are just on your phones trading, so you want trading view, and the software works great on the phone. But I've got screens, TVs in front of me all day long, and that's just what I prefer. I need to be surrounded by charts at all times. But the MT4, let's do that next week. I mean, good one, good subject. Hey, here's Bitcoin Cash, almost back at 1400 already. All right, that's kind of what I'm talking about. Here's BNT, Bank Core Network. This is another one where here's a high level HSI that just triggered. That's the kind of continuation thing I'm looking for. That's BNT. The other one was DNT. And this one is just set up, ready to go for the next leg. I'm thinking back up to 9 minimum. Oh, real nice ABCD. It's not popping up. I don't know why, but just there's your A to B leg and C to D. So BNT is another one. There's a lot of a lot of these setting up, do their big moves maybe 2 weeks ago, come back. We talked about that last week of how to look at complex structures. Let me look at your Matic. That's another one. Matic, perfect example. I like this, but not yet. Did we come out of the zone? Yeah, we did. On the amplified HSI, or sorry, amplified RSI, this. Remember the last couple sessions talk about the complex structure, M formation. That's almost there. Ooh, this is even better because you got it on the 4 hour chart, and that's at about 73, 75 cents. And again, we'd be targeting this to try to go make new all-time highs or make a run at the all-time high. If we buy it at 75, no reason to see why that could not retest an 886 at 92. These are minimum numbers, but it would be something like that. 886 up there at about 92, yeah. And think of it on a percentage basis too. That's nice 20 plus percent move. Almost 20%. I have tried 14-day software books. Any courses on how to learn your software? Well, actually, the video, as I started today's session, there's tons of videos in the basic member session, and then in the gold membership, which you get, there's the whole course from January. I should probably show that to you folks. Start to finish, like 6 hours of material, but it's all included. Is Bitcoin like Forex or is it centralized exchange? No, I mean, I won't answer that. I just want to talk patterns. I'm not going to talk technology. I'm going to talk stuff that moves and stay within the measurements. That's what I'm all about here. I don't want, there's some that'll be, more popular projects than others. I acknowledge things like Doge are very speculative. Other things like Ethereum have fundamental value in terms of technology. But beyond that, I'm here as a trader. Let me look at a couple more. And let's go to XRP. That's been another one. Has really continued to bust on its long-term chart. XRP has been a great one because everybody that I don't know why people were so against XRP, and I don't really even take opinions on these markets. If I can outline an advantage, have patterns and confirmation, and I know that there's volume, well, why not? Here's XRP. This was, you know what this was? Remember our complex structure? Again, from a week or two ago, we talked about this big M formation. That's an amplified RSI. And it came all the way down and set up for the return. And that's what you're still doing. This was confirmed for that return. Now hitting resistance about 175. So if we don't bust out right now, we'll probably just go sideways before another breakout. And I don't know if we'll go higher. And actually, that makes sense because what have we seen in a lot of these breakouts? We have seen the formation of W structures, and in just most of the best cases. So we need a B point up here, right? We need to form a W. What do we want? What's the best case? We want to see a deep crab form and do another 1618 move. That's the kind of structure I look for. So if I see a thrust up, the chances of it doing a straight-on breakout are unlikely because the better launching formation is to give you a W structure, come back, retest, and then go. And like a lot of these, we'd want to see maybe a 2.0. $3. I think that's not out of the question, and that's still also just dealing with the range from 2017, which is like a lot of these coins that had those massive spikes. This is valid trading history and is relevant to future trading history. So your 886 matches up right there, about just shy of $3 on Ethereum XRP. If it breaks out above 3, there's really, again, a lot of room to run. That's the framework we should be applying to everyone. EOS really is a great one too. And VeChain, yeah, those. Let's wrap up on those two. EOS, I mentioned this when we really first started getting into Doge, that EOS is the fastest cryptocurrency of all of them. That's what I found out in my research, and that was at 250. I was talking about that $3, and I just said, why wouldn't that be something people would want? Well, we see it now. And sometimes we get in really early with our measurements, and it takes time for the price to really construct and develop. But for EOS, cat's out of the bag, and we go and do an 886, if not do an alternate bat formation to a 113. Why? Because your B point, this is a W formation, folks. We just broke out at 850. So B points at a 33%. That will trigger typically a move that goes up, retests X at the 1.0 or as high as the 113. That puts you about 26 bucks. That's something. VE chain, and then I did see something I did want to cover. So, and somebody mentioned it, is that Ethereum Classic. VE chain, that's another one I've learned a lot about early on, and I thought it was phenomenal at 2 cents. It's now 23. The technology of the supply chain tracking, I could never get on Binance. I mean, I know you guys, Alec, and some people sent me instructions on how to do it. I just couldn't do it. It was just too much going on. But look at this. Okay, look at VeChain. This is profound with that big Gartley. Okay, and the beautiful thing about this Gartley preceding this last run, that big collapse to 13 cents, not too long ago. I mean, what was that, 2.5 weeks ago? Is that if we break out from here, you can really, this range of this pattern to project another 1618 move, which is likely. You know, it gives you a greater degree of certainty. 37 cents. I think that's easy. That's really easy. Will regular RSI cover for RSI BAM? Sure, it will. What he's referring to, and this is a good time to bring it up, this indicator here is for amplified. This is a proprietary indicator. I've taken the relative strength index indicator and kind of, set it on fire with some harmonic ratios to express a greater range and to tell me when we have complex structures versus just impulsive. And you can do it all manually, and you can read my volume 2 for free, which lays it all out, but I've automated all of it. And there's some special setups that I'm going to be unveiling really soon that just with the indicators themselves really give us a great bias for pattern completions. But you see the patterns, and it doesn't, anybody that's in here that wants to get a free trial, you can send me an email to harmonictrader@gmail, and we'll set you up for 2 weeks so you can see. And I think everybody that has tried it, that's in here now, have bought it, and you've followed along with me. And again, even the patterns in our groups that people have posted have changed the game for people. That's the best way to say it without peacocking. I can't stand that. And, I'd like to talk about success more than money, because one person's definition of success, it can be something different from another's. But hey, if we're pulling profits and we're making gains, and you guys are learning stuff on how to do that, that's success that you build on. And in this environment, we can have real progress. That's what I'm all about. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up, but thank you guys. And listen, anything I didn't cover, come on back next Friday. Again, let me do the rundown. So you got to connect through Harmonic Trader, best place to go. Get the basic membership. When you go to the basic membership, again, this is for a lot of the new people, just to help you out to get started. You go through the very beginning to understand these M and W formations, learn the patterns. Okay, there's execution and management strategies in there as well, that once you put it together, you'll see it gives you the whole framework. Then go watch a lot of the prior presentations, because most of the things that I have laid out have come to fruition 10 times over. I mean, Bitcoin, Doge, Ethereum, on. And now I look to Cardano and Algo and BNT and DNT. If you haven't seen the books, get the books. The Volume 3 book, I think, is a great primer with a ton of information, or just start from the very beginning. And then when you're ready, Go to get the Harmonic Pattern Collection trial. If you want the MetaTrader and TradingView, that's fine. We have them for all four of these. Sierra Charts, NinjaTrader, they do have the top 5 or 10 cryptos, so they're pretty good. eSignal only has the Bitcoin futures. I'm trying to talk to them about getting crypto. So that's how to do it, folks. And then you subscribe and get with the course. There's a 6-hour course and the gold members presentations just to show everyone. The gold members has all the videos here, has dozens more hours and recording sessions, and the 6-hour course. So this is the HPC course seminar. So with all of that, everything there is available. Again, I think if you want to move forward with the harmonic patterns, you do it this way, and then you don't go to any other source, because there's not enough, I don't know, just not enough integrity with all these other people that I've seen with their software. And I won't name names, but there's just a lot of different things that have been difficult. Other than that, I think my time is up. So thanks, folks. Have a great day. We'll catch you next Friday